Well. It's been a while, 3 months to be exact. I told myself I really wanted to spend time on this channel creating video essays, and the Mass Effect trilogy would be the first series I'd tackle. I did a good job staying on point for the most part, but then life happened. To avoid making this intro longer than it should be, let's just say life smacked me in the face. But after spending some time lost and wandering, as well as spending time in therapy, I've punched life back in the face, finished Mass Effect 3, and am now presenting this video essay to you. I have a lot of thoughts on Mass Effect 3, but if I sat here and shared all of them, this video would most likely be an hour long. So for the sake of keeping this under the 15-minute mark, I want to share my thoughts on the story of Mass Effect 3. But what exactly is that story? Well, before I tell you about that, I'm going to be your stereotypical YouTuber and let you know that if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn the bell on so you'll be notified as soon as a new video goes live. I know that was cringe, but I gotta put
those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
So for those of you still watching, Mass Effect 3 is all about the end of Commander Shepard's journey, which takes place over the span of 3 years. During those 3 years, Shepard has gone through a lot. They've stopped the rogue Spectre Saren and prevented the Reaper Harbinger from destroying the Citadel. Shepard died and was brought back to life by Cerberus and the Elusive Man, only to be sent on a suicide mission to stop the Collectors from harvesting humans for the Reapers. And that's just a short list, as Shepard has done so much in between. And Shepard didn't do all of this alone. Over those 3 years, Shepard gained allies that were willing to put everything on the line just to help them ensure the safety of the galaxy. You could say that they're the Guardians of the Galaxy. Those allies became family. Family. And over those 3 years, Shepard also experienced their fair share of loss in that family. All of that builds up to the story that is the consequences of Shepard's actions over the last 2 games. Those consequences are both positive and negative, and depending on if you chose to play as a Paragon or a Renegade, it can lean heavily to one side. And those consequences not only have an impact on Shepard, they also have an impact on the characters they've shared their journey with. In Mass Effect 3, you can have up to 7 playable crewmates for your journey ahead. 3 of them are new characters to the series. Well, technically, you know one of them from Mass Effect 2. The first is an Alliance Marine by the name of James Vega. Next up is a Prothean, yes, the alien race that was completely wiped out of existence by the Reapers, by the name of Javik. And the final new crewmate is actually the ship's VI from Mass Effect 2, EDI. I don't want to hit spoilers too hard for this, so let's just say EDI managed to find a body that allows her to kick ass and take names. The next 4 crewmates are all familiar faces from Mass Effect 1 and 2, the first being Liara. Regardless of the choices you've made over the last few games, Liara will remain loyal to you and stay by your side through the entire game. It's the next 3 characters that are determined by the actions you've made in games prior. The first one involves a difficult decision made in Mass Effect 1. During the mission on Vermeer, Kaidan Alenko and Ashley Williams split up and are both sent into very dangerous situations. As both of them become overwhelmed, Shepard has to make the decision on who to save and who to leave behind to die. The one that you end up saving becomes a crew member in 3, while the other is lost to you. The other 2 crewmates are Tali and Garrus, who joined Shepard in both Mass Effect 1 and 2. But there's a catch. Remember the suicide mission in Mass Effect 2? Depending on your actions, there's a chance you can have multiple crewmates die in that final mission. Both Tali and Garrus are ones that can be lost due to one wrong choice. And in regards to Tali, the weight of her loss is even heavier than Garrus, as not having Tali survive has massive repercussions for this game. You see, if both her and Legion survive in Mass Effect 2, you actually have the opportunity to create peace between the Quarians and the Geth. Make the wrong decision, and you lose out on the chance to finally put an end to the beef between the 2 races. But it doesn't stop there. The Reapers have begun an all-out war against the galaxy. Thanks to Liara, Shepard has schematics to a super weapon with the power to destroy the Reapers called the Crucible. But putting this weapon together is no easy task. Humanity has to convince the other races in the galaxy to lend resources and band together to build the weapon to stop the Reaper War. Now, what does your decision with Tali and Legion have to do with this? By having them both alive and allowing them to make peace with each other, Shepard is able to get full resources and support from both the Geth and the Quarians. And those resources and support are vital because without them you cannot build the Crucible and stop the Reapers. This is a great example of the weight of your decisions from Mass Effect 2. My next example is something that involves a chain of decisions that begins in Mass Effect 1 and allows you the ability to not only gain full support from both the Salarians and the Krogan, and it also allows you to cure the genophage, which saves the Krogan species. This chain of events is a bit complex, so bear with me. In Mass Effect 1, you'll be faced with a tense standoff between you and Rex. During this standoff, you can either choose to talk Rex down or kill him. Now in Mass Effect 2, during Morden's loyalty mission, you're faced with the decision of killing or sparing Morden's former student, Malin, who is actually working on a cure for the genophage. After making the decision to either spare or kill Malin, you're also given the option to either salvage or destroy the data. Now, keeping Rex alive in Mass Effect 1 allows him to become the leader of the Krogan in Mass Effect 2, so by the time you see him in Mass Effect 3, he's able to rally the Krogan to support you in your efforts. Now, saving Morden's assistant and keeping the cure data allows both Malin and Morden to successfully develop a cure for the genophage. With Rex alive, he's able to help you and Morden distribute that cure into Chunka. Curing the Krogan strengthens them and allows them to even have more resources to help you in the war efforts. All of this comes with a catch. Prior to distributing that cure, the Salarians reach out to Shepard, telling them to sabotage the cure, and in exchange they'll gain full support from the Salarians. Regardless of your choice, the Salarians are insistent on stopping it, and while Morden is successful in his actions, his own people's attempt at sabotage gets him killed. Now, because of this, you'll lose the support from the Salarians at the moment, but you can regain it at a later point in the game. But this can all play out very differently. If you decide to kill Rex, there will be no strong leader to rally the Krogan by the time you reach Mass Effect 3. Now, if you decide to kill Malin and destroy the data, Morden struggles to develop a cure on his own, so there is no way to save the Krogan from the genophage. Now, Morden still attempts to try and make a cure, but by the time he arrives at Tuchanka, you're actually able to speak reason to him and prevent him from walking into his death. Now, this will allow you to gain immediate support from the Salarians, but it comes at the cost of the entire Krogan species, and they will not be able to support you, which takes a massive hit on your resources. This is actually a great example of the trolley problem.
You are driving a trolley when the brakes fail, and on the track ahead of you are 5 workmen that you will run over. Now, you can steer to another track, but on that track is 1 person you would kill instead of the 5. What do you do?
This is a true moral dilemma that once again lets the players understand that their actions have consequences. All of this is what sets the entire Mass Effect series apart from other game series, and what makes Mass Effect 3 such a great finale. Other games have a straightforward narrative that takes you from point A to point B. Yes, throughout the series you will see the main character make choices that result in specific consequences, but the player has no real impact on them. If a character is meant to die, they will die. If an existential catastrophe is meant to be prevented, it will. But in Mass Effect 3, you get to make the decision of letting a character live or die. You can be responsible for the death or salvation of an entire species, and
only you can prevent wildfires.
Your actions create the consequences in Mass Effect 3. If you aren't happy with how something played out, the only one to blame is yourself. As we near the end of this video, I feel like I could have said more about Mass Effect 3. The gameplay is really tight, and it's the best in the series. The graphics are phenomenal and only made better thanks to the Legendary Edition upgrade. This game is loaded with plenty of oh shit moments and missions that will blow your mind. All of this leads to an astonishing finale to what I feel is one of the greatest video game series out there. BioWare actually announced Mass Effect 4, so maybe I'll even get to see the big decisions I've made unfold in the next game, and if that happens, I'll be here talking about it with another video essay. Until then, this has been Tofu, and these are my thoughts on Mass Effect 3. And make sure you leave a like, make sure you comment, and don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications on to know when the next video goes live. Thank you, and I'll see y'all in the next one.